Practice Good News Broadcast speaking to Chris Byrne. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing just great, thank you.
You must be doing great. You're at the Hasbro toy booth there at the old toy fair, and you're having a lousy time, right, Chris?
It's a terrible time. It's a terrible time. You know, I travel all over the world and play with toys, and you know, now we have to come to New York and look at all the new stuff. So this is part of the American International Toy Fair. It's been going on since 1903 every year, and this year we're at the Hasbro showroom, second largest toy company in the world, and just lots of exciting toys coming out this week.
Now, you have to be a good boy because you got somebody big behind you, isn't that so?
I do. I actually have my own protection. I brought him with me. This is Bumblebee. He's actually a well-known Transformer, the Camaro that turns into Bumblebee the Transformer, one of the good guys, the Autobots. This is actually a model that they use at places like Comic-Con and shows like this, and it just gets everybody excited. They walk into the showroom here and they go, "Wow, that's amazing!" So I'm glad he's watching my back today.
Let me ask you, you personally, I mean, you've been doing this, I know, maybe over 20 years, a long time, right?
Yes.
What interested you initially?
Well, I think one of the things that's best about this is watching how children interact with toys, and that light that goes on in their eyes when they're doing something that's amazing for them, that really allows them to have a new experience, explore the world around them, and express themselves. Those are really the three components, I think, of good play. We like toys that aren't complete without the child, which means that, you know, the child has to bring his or her imagination and personality to it to bring it to life. And there's a lot of that out there this year.
Okay, tell us about some.
Okay, one of the things, we're sort of changing the definition of a toy. It's not just plastic anymore. Some of it's online. For example, this is Kung Fu Panda World. It's an online experience based on the hit DreamWorks animation movie. It's a rich world where there's mini games, questing. You can progress through different colors and belts. You can learn mixed martial arts. You can see the graphics are absolutely beautiful. There's a personal component of it as well. So kids really enjoy playing this. It's subscription-based. It's about $5.95 a month, but there's going to be a lot of promotion. So we think this is going to be really big for kids because this is the way they want to interact with this property. Now, another thing for slightly older kids, we love this. This is called Paper Jams. It's a wonderful technology, active graphics technology, because you're printing with the ink on this toy guitar, and it actually has freestyle play, but look how thin this is. It's really just paper. So it's $24.99, 3 different modes of play. Kids can actually rock out. Kids who know how to play guitar better than me, I'm just strumming on it, but it's really fun. It's got some music built into it as well.
Look at that. And, you know, #1 export of America's entertainment business.
Oh, absolutely.
And music is such a good stimulator for the brain, right?
Absolutely. You know, kids love doing this. They love this. You know, things like Guitar Hero and Rock Band have actually gotten kids interested in learning music seriously. So this is a great way to play. It's certainly a toy, but it doesn't replace serious music, but it's a great entry to that if kids are interested in it.
Beautiful. What else you got going?
Okay, preschool, always a hot category. Thomas the Tank Engine, been around more than 60 years. Mega Bloks has wonderful new sets, including this one, Thomas at the Sodor Fair. I like this because I think it's hysterical to watch the train ride the Ferris wheel. That just amuses me. It's got the track. Whoops, Thomas fell off, but because it's Mega Bloks, it goes apart, comes together really easily. Just wonderful creative play. Thomas talks this year, so you can buy these sets. They're about $19.99 each. Build them up, build a whole Thomas world over time. So it's very, very creative for little kids.
I love that one. The grandpa here loves that one. We play a lot with Thomas.
Yeah, it's really a wonderful story, and the stories just get richer and richer. Now, classic play, you may remember this from when you were a kid. This is called the Fun Factory. It's celebrating its 50th year. It's part of Play-Doh's line. You take the basic Play-Doh, put it in, push down on the lever, extrudes 8 different shapes. Kids can play with these, mold with them. Really, really, again, open-ended, creative play that lets kids be artistic and express themselves. I haven't been able to put this down all morning. Whenever people get Play-Doh in their hands, they just love it. It feels so great. It's about $7.99, and it's available now.
Play-Doh's also non-toxic.
It's also non-toxic. It's one of the 20 most recognizable scents in America is Play-Doh. Play-Doh Crayola crayons. Those are some of the most recognizable scents for people. Just FYI.
What do you think it is about the Play-Doh that made it such a success all these years?
Well, I'd like to say the great taste, but you know Hasbro would be mad at me. But I think that it's classic play. It's open-ended play. It's a dough that's easy to use. It feels good in your hand. Comes in wonderful, rich colors. It's been around around since 1956. So it's really, it's just a, again, it's classic play. It doesn't matter if you were born in 56 or, 96. You're still going to enjoy playing with this because it's part of our human experience.
It's also interesting how whether you mix, you try to, I guess at some point people say forget about trying to keep the colors separate.
Oh, yeah, forget about it. Especially if you're doing something like this. I've got 2 different blues going on here, but it's kind of fun. Now, another classic toy, Lego. Of course, Lego's been around. Lego's been in the U.S. since 1960, first invented in 1947. Now, for this year, we've got Toy Story. Toy Story 1 and 2 sets are out now. We've got Buzz Lightyear, Jesse, Woody keeps falling over, but all the different characters, the army guys. This is great for kids. They can build all the scenes from the movies, make up new stories, play with them. Toy Story 3 stuff is completely top secret under wraps, coming later this year.
Beautiful. Lego's a great company. They have that great Lego locations, theme park.
Yeah, and they're doing camps.
A tremendous amount of good science projects as well for young people.
Exactly. Now, speaking of science or UFOs, check this out. This is from Air Hogs Spin Master. This is the Vectron Wave. It's actually a UFO. You play with it. It's got a level sensor, so it knows if your hand is underneath it. It'll go up and down as you play with it. You can pass it back and forth. $24.99. Just a really creative. It's sort of one of those wow toys that you look at and you say that's really fun. And of course, any age can play with it.
Oh, you're a busy bee over there, Chris.
I am, and I got one more person to show you because I just think this is adorable. Classic doll play. This is Baby Alive, Bounce and Babbles. It's just very sweet. Of course, at the toy show, a lot of these things are still prototypes, so you can see that she's still tethered to her chips. But it's just a great toy coming out later this year. This is also going to be about $24.99. One of the big trends this year. Not a lot of money for a lot of play.
Tell us a little more about for my little granddaughter.
Oh,
Tell me a little more about that one.
It's called Bounce and Babbles. It's part of a whole new Baby Alive line. Baby Alive, of course, was Hasbro's first interactive doll in the 70s. Done very well over the years. They brought it back a couple of years ago. And it's, again, classic nurturing play. Little girls certainly see what their mommies do and their grandmoms, and they just love to do it as well. So she can have her own baby.
Chris, thank you so much. You're a wealth of knowledge, and you're the happiest guy doing what you're doing. So thanks for sharing the good news with us.
Okay.